Right now I'm walking to the chosen location for the Our Garden composting site. So last year this site was used for a proof of concept just to see whether it was feasible for the Our Garden to run a composting initiative, and it was successful. So right here you can see we've got some brown tree waste, we've got some pumpkins that were not viable from the garden, so they're all out here just as a dumping ground essentially. Here we have the remnants of last year's composting project. So as you can see, we got some fairly good compost out of it, but a lot of it now is just wood chips, wood grain, mulchy material like that. And continue on this way, you can see that we've got a large amount here of what's left over from last year. I would say that this section right here is probably the best of the leftovers because we've got this nice dark color compared to over there, which is a drier color. I'm gonna walk along this way. So this is where the actual composting was done before, over by this trailer. So again, we've got just kind of leftover remnants from the project last year. We've got some bricks that belong to the Our Garden that we're going to utilize this year. At the moment, what we're thinking is applying for a GCAP green grant so that we can actually buy fencing. We're going to stack these up probably 2 or 3 high and then put in posts, fencing, try to keep the coyotes out, because one problem last year was that the coyotes would actually rip up the tarps that were on top of these compost heaps because they are very warm. You can get up to, I want to say around 150 degrees Fahrenheit. And obviously, when it's cold at night, the coyotes want somewhere warm to go, so they're going to try to get into these compost heaps. But regardless, here's what we're working with. This is the very, very beginning of what's, I'm hoping to be a really good, long-lasting project here for the Our Garden. So we've got essentially just these bricks as our materials right now. And once we apply for the Green Campus Action Plan grant, we're hoping to have money for fencing, wiring, post hole digger, things like that. Miscellaneous materials that we'll need to convert essentially this entire section of the field right here into an operating compost area. So here we've got some more compost from last year. The wood chipper that we have at the Ag Ops facility is not the best. So as you can see, we've got a lot of large sticks and branches and things like that that are still left over even after going through the wood chipper. So the plan is to utilize as much of this stuff as we can in the Our Garden facility. And once this is all clear and out of the way, we're gonna pull the tractor through here, get this whole section cleaned up, free of weeds, come through and hand pull anything that the tractor wasn't able to remove, and we'll get started from there. So ideally, by spring of 2023, this should be a bustling initiative at the Our Garden. I'm really excited to work on this year. We've got some pumpkins that are just doing their thing here. This one doesn't look too bad actually. But this is what we're starting with. Humble beginnings for a large project that I'm hoping will go on to last many, many years at the Our Garden.